Hey guys, this is Hero. How's everyone doing today? आज बता केम छो आज सब कैसे हो? So today I'm going over Venus's final forward transit in the sign of Pisces. Okay, so Venus, it went forward, it went backward, and now it's going forward again, right? So it's been in this exaltation energy for a long time, which is, you could use that as a very great opportunity for spiritual reasons that I'll get into in a second. But yeah, this video specifically is on the last forward transit from April 13th to May 31st. It's a little bit over a month and a half, okay? And just a side note, Mercury has also done the same thing. It's gone forward, backward, and forward at extremely similar timings and similar degree placements, okay? So I already made those two videos with Mercury going forward and backward, and I just released the third video of Mercury finally going forward yesterday. Okay, they're doing this at almost the same time, so all the videos are kind of released at similar timings also. Okay, and this is significant because Mercury and Venus, they get debilitated and exalted in Pisces, right? And the fact that they're doing this whole little dance together of going forward and then retrograde and then forward again, it can really allow for a lot of reflection in regards to things that we really care about, right? Because Venus and Mercury in general, see, the sun is your ego, right? And the two planets that always orbit around the sun from an astrological standpoint, I know from an astronomical standpoint, all of them do, all the planets do. From an astrological standpoint, Mercury and Venus don't get too far from the sun, right? Because they're almost like, I'm not gonna say the sun's sidekicks, but they are very big parts of the ego. Okay, your rational intelligence and your sense of enjoyment. And these are two things that, especially the modern world, has highly, highly, highly valued, we can say. Okay, so Venus going forward here, right? And it's important to realize that planets, when they're exalted and debilitated, and I've made a video, it's called Retrograde Exalted Planets or something like that, they behave differently. Exalted and debilitated planets, like extremely differently when they go backwards, right? But the fact that it went forward, backward, and forward again, you can really utilize the transitioning and any sort of awareness that has been developed and build on top of that, okay? So this Mercury here, right? You could have felt in the past few weeks that you just really needed something to happen in your life in order for you to be happy or find some sort of sense of enjoyment or something like that. This could have been at your job. This could have been with your partner, your friends, whatever. It probably could have even been in like some sort of combination of those things. Okay. Now, Venus, as it goes forward, right? So it's gonna start this transit at almost the very beginning of Pisces, like less than 1 degree, I think. Now, in Purva Bhadrapada, Pada 4, there is also a Shani and a Rahu there, okay? This is a very interesting place for the Venus to kind of turn stationary and slowly move out of this Pada, right? This Pada is the only place in the whole zodiac that the nakshatra and the sign is both owned by Jupiter. So at the beginning of this transit, you will see you could possibly be aware of the stuff that truly makes you happy. Now, how aware you are, how much you act on it, that's up to you, right? Now, just a little tip to kind of guide you through this. Happiness, and I think I made a video recently on what is true happiness. Happiness is 100% derived from how disciplined you are in your life. Okay, if you look at the happiest people you know, and you can kind of just sense who's really happy and who's not who's driving around in their Mercedes and stuff like that. You look at who's actually really happy, like you can just sense that sense of joy just exuberating from them, if that's even the right word. It's the people who are kind of disciplined. Now, what they're disciplined about, in my opinion, God doesn't judge as much as we do, right? They can be disciplined about praying every morning. They can be disciplined about having a beer every night. But they're disciplined, right? So this Venus with this Shani and Rahu, it can kind of force you, or not force you, but make you really aware of what you really want to be disciplined in from an enjoyment standpoint. And it could be whatever, right? Because you have this Rahu, which is kind of giving you that non-traditional, or kind of allowing you to go above and beyond. And you have this Shani that's also kind of forcing it and kind of allowing that disciplinary energy to kind of come in. And you want to see, okay, what do I really want to do, and what can I be disciplined into in this very auspicious pada to, truly be happy in life. So I would take full advantage of this, right? And, I'm not saying to do anything crazy, but at least just think a little bit, okay? And take guidance from, people you respect and things like that. Now, moving forward, so we know Venus gets exalted in the sign of Pisces because, see, what is exaltation, right? I made a video on just exaltation before, but just to recap, it's a spiritually best direct placement for a planet, right? So for Venus, Pisces is what? About just like being loose and relaxed and detached and everything. So if you're enjoying and you're just super loose and relaxed and detached, I mean, that's like enjoyment at the highest level, right? This might not be the best example, but imagine, somebody like drunk or high or something, or somebody like super like madly in love or something, right? Like they're just, lost, they're just enjoying life to the fullest, okay? So, yeah, I think that kind of helps explain why Venus gets exalted in Pisces. So, as you kind of hopefully figure out what it is that makes you happy, as Venus kind of moves through the sign, you're gonna kind of feel like you're detaching from a couple of things. You're detaching from your traditional sense of enjoyment, and you're also detaching from, I guess you can say, the expectations of the things that actually truly give you enjoyment as well. Okay? I guess we can put it like that. Now, another thing is that Jupiter is in the sign of Taurus, right? So Venus is in Pisces and Jupiter is in Taurus. So they're both in each other's signs, okay? So this is a huge exchange of energy. So I cannot conclude this video until I also mention Jupiter also, right? So Venus owns two signs. It owns Taurus and Libra, right? Why? Because Taurus is all about enjoying things. You could kind of just say in a 2-second synopsis. And Libra is about enjoying people, right? Now, Libra is its main sign because, yes, Venus governs enjoying both, but true enjoyment comes also from your relationships with people, not necessarily your relationship with things. You can have all the things in the world, but you can have no one to enjoy it with, and it's going to be limited. But you can have absolutely nothing in life, but you can have the right people, and you could probably be happier than the person A, right? This is why I think, a little side note, people in like bigger cities, like they have all the things, all the stuff, but they feel really lonely and not that happy. But then if I see relatives in like, smaller towns and things like that, they have each other, and it's a lot more true sense of enjoyment and things like that, right? That was just a little side note. So Taurus and Jupiter, right? So Jupiter is actually in Taurus, which is the sign of the things. So your focus could be a little bit more tuned up to your things, right? And I actually don't think this is a bad thing, because we've been so focused to, appreciate things more than people here. So these really strong energies of Venus right now, you can really use that awareness and retrospection on, the things in your life, right? So you can really value what's important and what's not, and hopefully kind of detach and possibly even get rid of a lot of that garbage that you've been, possibly focusing on or whatever, okay? So I'm coming up on 10 minutes in the video. I believe this is a great time to wrap it up. If you have any questions or comments, as usual, you can feel free to let me know. And until next time, I will talk to everyone later. Thank you all very much, as usual, for watching.